So, when you were a kid, did you care about money?
Mostly I loved software. I do remember at the private school I went to, there were other kids whose families were better off, like they had a Porsche or something, but it wasn't that big of a deal. My thing was that I just loved doing software, I loved hiring people, and I was stunned when it ended up being so valuable.
So, when you were a kid, did you care about money?
Mostly I loved software.
So, when you were a kid, did you care about money? Mostly I loved software. خب وقتی بچه بودی پول برات مهم بود؟ بیشتر عاشق نرم افزار بودم. Care about یعنی به چیزی اهمیت دادن. I don't care about fashion. I dress how I please. به مد و این چیزا اهمیتی نمیدم. هر جور دلم بخواد لباس میپوشم. Mostly یعنی بیشتر. به عنوان مثال Mostly he eats in a restaurant. اون بیشتر توی رستوران غذا میخوره.
I do remember at the private school I went to, there were other kids whose families were better off.
I do remember at the private school I went to, there were other kids whose families were better off. یادم میاد اون مدرسه خصوصی که میرفتم بچه هایی هم بودن که خانواده هاشون پولدارتر بودن. I do remember یعنی واقعا یادم میاد. واسه تأکید اینجا از do استفاده میکنیم. Better off یه صفته به معنی پولدارتر. The better off he became, the less he thought about other people. هر چقدر که پولدارتر میشد کمتر به دیگران فکر میکرد.
Like they had a Porsche or something, but it wasn't that big of a deal.
Like they had a Porsche or something, but it wasn't that big of a deal. مثلا ماشین پورش و اینجور چیزای گرون داشتن ولی واسه من اونقدر مهم نبود. It wasn't that big of a deal یعنی چیز مهمی نبود. برای گفتن اینکه چیزی مهم نیست یا مشکلی نیست میتونید بگید It's not that big of a deal یا ساده ترش میتونید بگید It's not a big deal یا حتی بگید It's no big deal. تمام اینا یعنی چیز مهمی نیست، مشکلی نیست.
My thing was that I just loved doing software. I loved hiring people.
My thing was that I just loved doing software. I loved hiring people. کار مورد علاقم نرم افزار بود. عاشق به کار گرفتن افراد بودم. Thing اینجا به معنی کاریه که بهش علاقه داری. مثلا Music is my thing. از موزیک خوشم میاد یا موزیک چیزیه که مورد علاقمه.
And I was stunned when it ended up being so valuable.
And I was stunned when it ended up being so valuable. و وقتی در نهایت چیز ارزشمندی از آب در اومد خیلی جا خوردم. Stunned یعنی بهت زده، مات و مبهوت. She was too stunned to speak. اون به قدری شوک شده بود که نمیتونست صحبت کنه. End up یه فعل مرکبه به معنی کار به جایی رسیدن یا تهش به چیزی ختم شدن. If you go on like this, you'll end up in prison. همینجوری ادامه بدی کارت به زندون میکشه یا اینکه کارت به زندون ختم میشه.
I don't want to end up in jail. I don't want to end up in jail.
Nari, tompaia gatos, che a gatos, e con te l'hanno veruta assi. Za uo e fruik ni maia, giusto vanting ni